Jaruzelski was quite instrumental in the persecution or introducing this anti-Semitic campaign into the Polish army itself, and trying to initiate repressions within his own ranks against Jewish members. He had also taken a decision to shoot down a plane with a Pole trying to flee to the west. So he had become known as a man that the Communist Party could approach with these types of requests for difficult missions. So when it came to clamping down on the Solidarity trade union, they believed that with him as first secretary, it would be a good decision. He took the reins in the autumn of 1980, and by February-March 1981, he had already given the mission to the army to start planning how the introduction of martial law would look like in Poland. Initially, there were some ideas that maybe they wouldn't have to execute a full martial law. Maybe they could just introduce more secret agents into the Solidarity movement and try to break it up from within by creating divisions and conflicts. But in the summer of 1981, the situation deteriorated. The Soviet Union unexpectedly sent around 600 tanks to a military base they had in Sulinovo. And this also they cut off a lot of the fuel that Poland was receiving from the Soviet Union, practically all diesel imports, but also limited severely both crude oil and also natural gas. This created an energy crisis in Poland as well. Also, a lot of the coal that was naturally produced in Poland couldn't reach the market because they were still trying to pay off those foreign debts by exporting that coal abroad. So you had, it was common with these rolling blackouts. People trying to heat their homes with coal had a very hard time. The price went up. And these energy measures was really, it was a form of blackmail by the Soviet Union. They wanted Poland to reverse its decision to legalize the Solidarity trade union. So now also starts the debate. Will the Soviet Union invade to make sure that this trend of the Solidarity trade union, that maybe other similar trade unions do not appear in other countries? Here is a debate which started back then. It's still going on today, because those who defend General Jaruzelski and his actions with the introduction of martial law, they say that it was necessary for the greater good of Polish society.
To keep the Soviets out, in fact.
Yes, to not repeat this Hungarian Revolution of 1956. There were those who claimed that the Polish army was independent enough that if the Soviet Union would invade, that it was likely that the army would actually go into battle against the Soviet army, and that it would result in and that they would be followed also by the Polish population in general, which always had a tendency to rebel and join uprisings, whether the outlook is good or not, so to say. But it must be said that the Soviet Union at the same time was bogged down with its own problems. Its own economy was in deep trouble. They had been bogged down in Afghanistan. There was also trouble brewing in the Caucasus. And in internal Soviet documents, it later shows that they were very much unwilling to intervene in Poland, while Jaruzelski was pretty much calling on them to intervene. So this version of him doing it to save Poland from an invasion does look less and less likely to be an accurate one. It was probably more that he felt that he needed to stabilize the situation in the country in order for the Communist Party and his own rule not to be toppled.
Adam, I'm just going to have to interrupt you there. The clock in the corner of the studio is winking that our time is over, but we will pick it up if we may next time. There we are. I've had to interrupt Adam almost in mid-sentence, but fear not. If you join us next time, as we hope you will, here on Poland Daily History, we'll pick up the story. In the meantime, thank you for watching.